I was there at the Republican National Convention when Donald Trump said that he was going to be a big supporter of the LGBT crowd, and the crowd cheered, and he kind of took a double take and said, I didn't expect that. I think there was a disconnect there. And he has been, at least on paper, one of the most pro-LGBT presidents in Republican nominee history. But this is a significant departure. And I think when we talk about healthcare today, it's a reminder that the president, you mentioned that you didn't think this would be on the docket today. That's because his advisors didn't know it was going to be on the docket today. It's the kind of thing that the president would bring out in the middle of this really heated healthcare debate. And it's a distraction that doesn't serve his purposes. It doesn't look like something.
And before we go to Melissa, Nick, Ozzy's a liberal site. Is that I'm correct on that, right?
You're not correct on that.
Oh,
actually.
sorry. Okay,
As our national politics reporter, I think there's great value in courting different views. We had Ozzy Fest in Central Park this weekend when we had Jeb Bush there speaking alongside Kirsten Gillibrand. So let me correct you on that, just to be clear.
Well, no,
we are a nonpartisan site.
That wasn't an accusation. What I was trying to say was I was trying to contextualize your comment that historically on paper the president had been pro-LGBT. All right, Melissa, let's go to you. Do you have any commentary or thoughts on this? Have you followed this issue?
Why now, Melissa? Yeah.
And I would say, I think something that's very interesting, sort of thinking about the timing of this, is I actually just saw a tweet from CNN earlier that said Barbara Starr, who is their Pentagon correspondent, said that the Pentagon press team didn't even know that this was coming, that this was going to be announced this morning. Obviously, there was some debate. Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis just recently delayed implementation of the policy. I believe it was for 6 months because the services really wanted some more time to study the issue, but this is certainly a decision that I think is going to get a lot of blowback on Capitol Hill, particularly from congressional Democrats who just last month sent Secretary Mattis a letter, a dozen of them did, really urging him to move forward with this policy. And I think another really important thing to note is that what President Trump said in his tweet was that transgender individuals cannot serve in the military in any capacity. And there are currently 4,000 transgender individuals serving in the military. That's
Melissa, you have a number? How many did you say? How many transgender individuals are serving in the military?
There's a RAND study that put that at about 4,000, and I think that's an estimate. I haven't looked too much into the study, but I think that raises the question of what's going to happen to those 4,000 transgender individuals who are currently serving, since the president said, quote unquote, in any capacity. That's sort of a huge statement to make.